So what was Matthew Cox's third method that made him the most money and multiplied the money he made off each created player? It's the shotgun method. A lot of Turo renters use this method to get a lot of Turo cars. See what happens? All right, when you go to get a loan on a car or a home, there's a system that makes sure you didn't just get a loan yesterday, right? If you got a loan on a house yesterday and you're trying to get another one today, you can't afford two houses, right? But that system only updates daily, I believe, or every few days. So if you go to get 5 to 6 car loans in one day, they're not going to know that you were just at another dealership. What that's going to do is it's going to allow you to, when your credit would only support one car, right? Or 1 or 2 cars, maybe you can now get 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. Really, you're only limited by the amount of dealerships you can go to. Or in the case of home loans, if you know how to make the creative players, Matthew Cox, he simply, just got 5 or 6 different homes under, the name of one person. And, instead of making 100K per, he's making 500K per, right? So it's really an insane method, but again, it's illegal. And if you were interested in learning methods like this, methods that are just as powerful, but that are legal. So yeah, that's the method. That's the third method.
You put the BIN number in on a site. You search on a site by BIN. BINs are like categories of credit cards. All the poor people have the same BIN. All the rich people have the same BINs. So when you see a BIN that's working, it's a rich ass BIN. That means if you find a rich person's card, you take the BIN from that. That's the first 6 digits. And you can find other similar cards like that. BINs are like last names for credit cards. All your family members who have your same last name, even if it's 3rd or 4th cousins, they're all kind of related to you, but not exactly the same. It's the same with BINs. All cards that have the same BIN are kind of related. But don't do swiping, don't take from people. You make it much farther in this world by giving and not taking. Plus, you won't have to worry about the police on your...
I don't own anything. This is my smile.
All this shit is stupid. The LLCs, the businesses, the real estate, the trust funds, all this shit. Listen, you are not rich. You don't need to worry about this shit. All these tax loopholes. Trump burying his wife at his house so he could not pay taxes on it because now it's technically a cemetery. Or rich people getting horses and cows and pigs and shit like Rick Ross. Not because they want to play farmer boy, but because the government loves farmers and they want to give farmers less taxes. So the rich people said, oh, yes, I'm going to get all these animals on my house. Now, technically, it's a farm. Now you have to charge me less taxes. We're going to take from the farmers, the people who literally feed us and work hard to make sure we eat food every day. This is the game you're playing. These are the people you are playing against. And you want to show them mercy? Just like in the TikTok I told y'all, credit is so fucking easy. You will have access to 20,000, not 10,000, 20,000. And this is not course information. This is information I'm telling you completely for free. And you might say, well, that's not a real 20,000 in my pocket. Well, 20,000 for what purpose? Do you want to blow it all on a bust down watch? Well, you can do that. Wipe it off in collections. I don't tell you how to do that. I tell you how to get the 20, but not how to wipe it off. I tell you how to wipe it off in the credit code. Here, I'm just telling you how to get the 20. But there you go. There's your 20. But ideally, you don't actually want to have 20,000 cash anyway. Number one, you get taxed on cash. There's a reason Elon has $0 in his bank account, but he has billions worth of Tesla stock. But he doesn't sell Tesla stock every time he wants to buy something. No, what Elon does, let's say he has 100 billion in Tesla stock. He takes out a $100 billion loan that's collateralized by that Tesla stock. Credit. Now, on that loan, he can't be taxed. So it's essentially like he just has $100 billion cash in his hand, but because it's credit, because it's from a bank, they can't tax him on it. They can't take 20% or half. And the other reason you want credit over cash, the other reason you want these instead of these is because you get paid cash back on it and you can run it through your business. Well, this is why credit is the easiest method. It takes almost no time to set up. You don't have to set it up like an actual business. And it's essentially a free rich uncle that you can call for 20,000 whenever you need them.
How people are getting approved for Lambos with 500 credit scores. No job, no income, no assets, bad credit. You can get approved for a Lambo if you are a previous Lambo owner. Pause and read to understand. But you're not a previous Lambo owner. They aren't either. They're convincing the banks that they were with something called ghost loans. Most people don't know this, but loans can be bought and sold. So you can buy an old loan on a Lamborghini that the guy never paid off. They put that debt in their name with this assignment of debt form. Wait, but now you have an unpaid $200,000 car loan on your credit. But you own the loan, the money's owed to you, so you use this letter to pay it off. So why doesn't everyone have a Lambo? Number one, because most people don't know. Number two, because you have to do all this too. But number three is because you have to make the payments. And the only way to turn the car into a business that makes those payments is to rent it out, which takes a lot of time, something most other entrepreneurs don't have. And that's why no one does it. But for content, I'll do it. Give me 100K likes. I'll take y'all through it step by step by step.
We can get rich by ushering in this financial crisis that's going to happen anyway. Let me explain how this is the next GME. If us, the people, lose faith in the banking system, the small banks will collapse. And if we buy puts on their stock as they're collapsing, we can profit from this collapse. Like this 16-year-old I know who made 40 bands yesterday. Step 1, withdraw all our money from regional banks and tell everyone we know to do the same. We saw 2008, we don't trust banks anymore. At least Chase and Wells are too big to fail. Step 2, we put all of that money into puts on the regional banks. That means the lower their stock goes, the more we will make. These are the banks I would buy puts on, not financial advice. All these banks have real bad Texas ratios and or borrowed aggressively from the Federal Home Loan Bank. Do not feel bad about organized mistrust of these banks and telling everybody that we need to not trust them. Number 1 is smart. We know some of these banks are going to fail, and the only ones that get bailed out are the huge ones. Reason number 2, you might feel bad for these little banks. Don't. One of the employees getting a fat salary from Silicon Valley Bank that we have to pay back with inflation was also part of Lehman Brothers and was also part of Arthur Andersen and Enron before that. Every time the taxpayer gets fucked over, every time they remain rich. If you want to get rich enough off this banking collapse to be able to afford the $7 gas that its inflation is going to cause, then you will join me in our common belief that until J Powell raises rates to 10%, that we should withdraw our money from all small banks because of their poor risk management. Tell everyone you know to withdraw their money from the banks on this list. Form education lines at the physical locations of these banks, if they're near you, or just tell people to watch The Big Short. And share this video with every single person you can.
Free Porsche method. Oh, if the method works, why don't you have a Porsche then? It's right here, bitch. And because I love y'all and want nothing more than to see you win, I'm going to give you not 1, but 3 free Porsche methods. First way is off CPNs. CPNs are credit imaginary friends. Banks will loan cars to your CPNs. If your imaginary friends don't pay, it doesn't affect your real credit. Pause and read to understand, not recommended. Next is consumer law. Hit follow, I'm giving too much free sauce. You know all those contracts you sign with terms and conditions that you never read? Some people will read all that shit and find loopholes that give them free cars. Pause and read to understand. The last one, what I did. Build your own credit like I teach in the credit code. Then get a loan from a low-key institution like Navy Fed, pause and read. And pick a car that looks more expensive than it is so you can make triple your car payment every month on Turo. Now you look rich and you're getting rich. Pause and read if you think this is risky. But even if it was risky, it's worth it. Being broke did mental damage to me that I could never fix. Women don't care about you if you broke. Imagine a girl you love sucking someone else off. Hospitals don't care about you if you broke. If you can't pay, they'll kick you or your loved one out to die on the concrete. Nobody in this world gives a fuck, but I do. I'll show you how I did it exactly, step by step. TakeWealth.thinkific.com. It's like Costco. You could buy the product or just get full off the free samples. Either way, take fucking action.
You want to know a great way to immerse yourself in a social circle? Get yourself a whole bunch of great socializing, super connecting roommates. Even if you're not a super connector yourself, just by being around them and their aggressive social energy, it'll push you up and bring you up to where you need to be.
I know y'all love these kinds of videos, so here we go. You are being lied to 99% of the time. And you're a loser because you play by the rules and they cheat. I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 in a week. Oh, wait, it's a fake 10K. I cheated. This is a real 10K though. Or is it? It doesn't matter. Because if you learn how to cheat well enough, you can make as much money as you want. I cheated my audience out of 10K in a day and gave it all back. I could be lying about that, but I'm not. I've given free cheating tutorials, glitches in the matrix. And this is what people did with them. I could have photoshopped those, but I didn't. Millions of views and followers. They could be fake, but they're not. That's because nobody on the planet knows more about the system and how to cheat it than I do. And I know most people who pretend to be able to help are actually cheating you with scam courses. But right now, I promise I'm not trying to cheat you. I'm trying to teach you how to cheat. And yeah, I could be lying, but you have no choice but to believe me because this is your last chance to get rich. Every single day, the people at the top get richer and they want to stay that way. Pretty soon, all the glitches will be patched. PPP, they're cheating too. Pause and read. Rent, your rich ass landlord is cheating. Pause and read. College, they're cheating. Pause and read.
Opiates, they're cheating, pause and read. Taxes, they're cheating, pause and read. Politics, they're cheating, pause and read. Fast food, they're cheating, pause and read. Every single piece of this world is designed to cheat you, except this one right here. This one is designed to teach you to cheat back. These are the cheat codes to life. No sales, no discounts, they are priceless. I will only ever increase the price or delete them. Click or type the link in bio now. If you don't have 1,000 in your bank account, click or type the link in bio. I'll show your broke ass how to get free Chipotle for life, as well as make enough money to buy these without charging you a dime. Ty Lopez would never. Click or type the link in bio now. Why am I doing this? For money, and because I genuinely want to see you get rich. Making people rich will give me money, power, and hoes, 3 things I like a lot. And if I make thousands of people rich, I'll have unlimited rich friends that I can ask for favors. Click or type the link in bio to buy now or learn more. When you click, you will have 7 minutes to look over the glitches, buy 1 or 2, or subscribe for $200 a month and get them all. It's $200, pretty soon it's going to be $2,000, which is like rent prices, which makes sense because we include the NRA, never rent again. Finesse your way into nice apartments for free, Jameson Bachman. After the 7 minutes is done, you're done. I've been kind enough to offer this once. I will not offer it forever.
18-year-old stole $4 million with Minecraft skills. Sim swapping. I already told y'all this method. Pause and read to understand. So now you can hack any account. Let's say you're a complete idiot. You hack people's iClouds for news. But let's say you're a little smarter. You use it to steal Bitcoin. He's where they got the 4 M's. How'd they find him? I already told y'all in this video, but pause and read for a reminder. 4 mil, easy. But let's say they were even smarter. What's the biggest hack you could pull off? Hacking Twitter employees and using that to hack Twitter. Pause and read why. Yes, of course they did that too. It's the same person. But he only made 100 bands off that scam. Here's what else he could have done, pause and read. But all those are wrong and evil. How do you take this method that's powerful enough to launch nukes and use it for good? Well, I'm gonna teach you how step by step. How a 15-year-old
Turo. This is probably the greatest hack of them all. You can drive this car half the time, not only pay off your car payment, but make at least triple the car payment. Turo is a cash machine. Every Bentley Bentayga in Los Angeles, for example, that has at least barely acceptable features, could pay off the $1,400 monthly payment in 4 days. You can rent it out 1 day and make $300 a month, or you can rent it out 10 days and use this car to pay your rent. And let's give you some more Turo hacks because I want you to see how well this really works. I learned these from my Turo mentor, Next Multiplier, who's rented over 50 cars on Turo in the luxury section. First, offer a 25% discount for 3+ days. What this does is it makes sure your car's not passing from hand to hand, getting worn out and ran through, you're staying pristine, low body count. Next, offer every single service you can. Turo Go. Drop off. Give it to him with a quarter tank of gas in it. Text him back right away and be super nice and fast. And a couple really nice things that I'm gonna save for the credit code. But the reason this works is there are some rich people out there, and there are enough rich people that if you just make your option the best option, you take the best photos, like I said, absolutely stunning. So you visually stand out. When you stand out with all these services, it's going to be such a convenient option for them. They don't mind paying double or triple the price because they're rich. A dude who has $10 million doesn't care if he spends $500 today or $1,000 today. He's still gonna have multiple millions of dollars, but what he does care about is saving his time. So give him that and he'll gladly pay even more for your car.
19. This is the romance scam. You gotta be kind of fucking stupid to believe a Nigerian prince is gonna send you millions, but almost anyone will believe that someone who's way out of their league wants to date them. When a mid girl gets hit up by a multi-millionaire that's on private jets, of course she would do anything to keep that opportunity, including emptying her whole bank account. When an ugly dude who gets no girls and pays for his favorite Instagram thoughts OnlyFans gets a message from her that seems like she cares about him and eventually would become his girlfriend and maybe even fuck him in person, he would spend his entire bank account chasing that dream. The Tate brothers talked about doing this, how they would ask for money for a flight and say the flight got canceled, how they would ask for money for this and that, and eventually he sent so much money and she still hasn't come. Now he's pissed off, and then she says, you know what, I was just about to come today and spend my own money to come to you.